Russian President Vladimir Putin's biggest critic and opposition leader, Alexie Navalny, is returning to Russia today. Navalny is returning to Russia for the first time since he was poisoned in August last year. Navalny also faces the risk of being jailed on his return from Germany. Navalny made the decision on Wednesday, signaling his intentions to continue the political struggle against Vladimir Putin. This has also created a dilemma for Russian authorities on how to deal with one of their president's prominent critics. But Russian prison agency has already said that Navalny faces immediate arrest after he failed to report to its office. According to the prison agency, Navalny had to report to them in line with terms of a suspended sentence he received for a 2014 conviction on charges of money laundering. Navalny has rejected the conviction, calling it politically motivated. Meanwhile, Navalny's ally, Pavel Zelensky, was jailed by a Moscow court on Saturday on charges of inciting extremism on the internet. Zelensky is a member of the anti-corruption foundation team of Kremlin critic Navalny. Zelensky is a camera operator in the foundation who has been publishing high-impact investigations. Zelensky's case revolves around a tweet he posted last October. The tweet contained a photo of a Russian journalist who died after setting herself on fire in front of a branch of the Interior Ministry. The journalist self-immolated after her apartment was searched by the police. Zelensky will now spend over a month in pre-trial detention. Meanwhile, Germany has given transcripts of interviews with Alexei Navalny to Russia, demanding a thorough investigation into the crime. Germany's Justice Ministry said that Russia now had all the information needed to carry out a criminal investigation into Navalny's poisoning, including blood and tissue samples. Navalny has accused Vladimir Putin of ordering his poisoning with the deadly nerve agent Novichok. Putin has denied that the Russian authorities tried to poison Navalny. Navalny's supporters have also urged him to stay abroad for his own safety. Joining us on this broadcast is Russian affairs expert Fred Weir, who's joining us live from Moscow. Fred, would you just explain what will happen once Navalny touches down once again on Russian soil? Is he expected to be arrested straight up?
Is the plan. They've cleared the airport, citing COVID-19 restrictions and so on, so that there won't be a lot of people there to witness it. I think that means that the idea is to arrest him. They have a pretext for that. He's on parole, as it were. He had a suspended sentence. He's supposed to report at a police station every so often. He failed to do so because he was out of the country. And so that's the pretext for arresting him, putting him under detention. I don't know why the authorities have chosen this path, because Navalny isn't such a big threat to Putin, certainly not his polling numbers, the public reaction, my own personal knowledge. I know so many Russians. If he had a lot of devoted followers or something, I would be aware of that. He doesn't, and this whole awful poisoning episode hasn't really improved his traction among Russians. But the authorities have, these are Russian authorities, of course, so they've decided to use the heavy hand, and we'll just see how that goes down.
But at the same time, Navalny is considered Vladimir Putin's most prominent critic. He is returning to Russia despite the threat of arrest. So should some credit be given to Navalny that he is going to land in Russia despite knowing that he faces arrest?
Oh, of course. Yeah. No, I have nothing but respect for Navalny. He is a thorn in the side of the authorities, and quite rightly so. He lampoons their corruption. And in Russia, this is the case, that there are so many public officials who live so far beyond their stated means. It's so obvious, and Navalny has a theatrical way of nailing that in his videos. I don't know if you've ever seen any of them, but they're all available on YouTube, and they're worth watching. So he is a pain in the neck for Russian authorities, and he is driving the agenda by coming back. I'm not trying to diminish Navalny. When I say that, I'm just saying my observation is the Russian public doesn't respond to him in any mass way. And so it's not likely that there will be like riots in the street or anything when he gets arrested today. But he's obviously playing a long game. He is certainly trying to maintain his own credibility. He hopes to be president of Russia one day, I guess. And this is the right thing to do from that point of view.
Right. So politics apart, the biggest question that Navalny's supporters certainly would want to know, what Germany also wants to know, who exactly poisoned Alexie Navalny, and that too with a banned nerve agent?
Yeah, no, that is the $64 question, and it's something the Russian authorities should have gotten ahead of a long time ago. When it first happened, they should have launched an investigation, and since then, Navalny has launched his own investigation. Actually, done some pretty decisive things with help from like Bellingcat and other Western groups. Pretty much established that a team of Russian secret police, the FSB, were there, had the opportunity and very likely administered a poison to him. That's pretty damning stuff, and the Russian authorities have done nothing whatsoever to dispel it. I find it very unlikely that they will, do anything that kind of adds any clarity or brings out that whatever the truth, and there may be multiple truths here, many layers that we don't know, but the Russian authorities are definitely part of the problem in terms of keeping us in the dark.
Fred Weir, thank you so much for joining us from Moscow. Navalny, like you mentioned, certainly faces arrest as soon as he lands in Russia. Meanwhile, the questions still continue. Just who poisoned Putin's critic Navalny? WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.